Hey guys, Mubarak here of InPennyStock again. Hope you're doing well. This is a continuation of our live series every day at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. So this is the time that I want you guys to be able to come with your questions, with any commentary you have, any stock investment advice you're looking for. This is where we're going to be able to answer it all right? So every day, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, and this is only going to be going on this week. And then starting next week, it's only going to be available to our executive VIP members and VIP members over at InPennyStock.com. So at the end of this live, we'll be giving out a coupon code for you guys to sign up for 50% off. But still, we're having these, and I still want you guys to have access to us. All right. The whole goal of these lives is to give you guys more one-on-one communication with us here. And so that way you guys can get the content that you need and what you guys deserve. All right, so in today's lesson, what we're actually going to be covering. So in today's lesson, what we're going to end up covering is stock screening criteria and basically what points you need to look out for if you're trying to fill your watch list, right? So your watch list is the handful of stocks that you're going to be keeping track of as an investor, as a trader, because those are the ones you did some research on that will allow you to be in a great position when it comes to being able to profit off of these stocks. So I'm going to tell you guys the stock screening criteria, what elements to look out for, and how you can find stocks before they're about to shoot up in price. All right. So that's going to be the key point of the talk today. And as always, we have the live chat available on the side. So if you have any questions throughout, you can always ask and we'll get to it. And we also have access here. If you want to email in a question or DM us via social media at InPennyStock, you can do that as well. All right. So the first thing is to pick your stock screener, right? So there's a couple different tools you can utilize for that. There's one popular one, finviz.com, right? I talk about that a whole bunch. Another popular one is Equity Feed. So the first one is free. That one has pretty good information and essentially what you need, but it's not a live screener. I mean, it does have its data pretty quickly, but it won't give you those alerts that you need unless you upgrade to the elite. But we talk about that more in InPennyStock. Equity Feed is a paid one. It is, I think, around $150 a month. But again, you have to invest in yourself and the certain tools in order to become successful. All right. So, think about how much you spend going out or on the weekends and stuff like that, and think about what that really does, right? That's one night of enjoyment. And not saying you got to stop that, but in general, you have to also invest in yourself if you want to be successful. And so paying for a stock screening tool is not the end of the world. All right. And then finally, well, there's one more. There's a trading software that you use. So for example, whatever broker platform you use, whether it's TD Ameritrade, whether it's E-Trade, SureTrader, interactivebrokers.com, any of these who you utilize as your trading software, Robinhood even, that's where you can kind of find stocks. And then finally at InPennyStock.com/stocks, you can actually find our stock screening tool there that we're going to be more and more robust. So soon enough, you'll be able to have live feed information and news directly on our site. And we're also coming up with a mobile app too, which InPennyStock University members already have access to. All right, so these are some of the stock screening platforms you can use. And so here I'm going to start listing out what type of criteria that I set up right away and what kind of scanner settings. You might hear it as scanner settings, stock scanner settings. So that's pretty much falls in the same domain here, right? Because all you're doing is you're trying to limit the amount of stocks you're looking at. Okay, there's 3,000, 4,000 public companies out there. You're not going to be trading all of them. And so it's important to know that what you're going to be doing is trying to look for the stocks that's going to put you in the best position to succeed. All right. And so in that scenario, what you first want to figure out is what I recommend doing is that unless you're an advanced trader, I would go to the $7 mark or under, right? I don't like trading shares more than $7 because I just, considering that I put in a few thousand in a trade, I'm only going to have a certain amount of shares. And for the penny stock trading, I want to get that benefit. I want to be able to capitalize on the amount of shares that I end up having. So that's what I try to take advantage of. All right. So you have your $7 and under stocks. Okay. The second thing that you need to keep an eye out for is the volume traded. Okay. Volume refers to how many shares of a stock are being traded. And usually this averages out, might give you a 3-month average, it might give you a 1-month average. That's fine. You don't have to be too picky. All you're basically looking for is making sure that there's enough liquidity in the stock. So if you want to buy, if you want to sell, you can get in and out of your positions quickly. All right. Then depending on the type of trading I'm doing, I'll set another filter based on market cap. Okay. So there's 2 types of criteria. If you're looking for long-term safe dividend stocks, I look for any company over 100 mil, right? Because over 100 million valuation, I just feel like they have some sort of stability, they have some sort of functionality, and there's a lot more factors that go into dividends, but at least know this for the stock screening criteria, right? And then the second one, for penny stocks, I will look for anything under 10 million, right? Because these are the ones that are most volatile, but you'll be able to find other factors that you'll want to end up including, so that way you can kind of benefit from having your stocks. And just as a sidebar, there's a whole point of having these stocks for a reason. You're putting them onto your watch list. And the great thing about your watch list is that that is going to be what allows you to know exactly what your plan of action is when you're entering the stock trade, right? When you're entering the stock day and the market opens, you know what to screen and look out for. What you also have to do for each one of the stocks that you end up deriving from here is setting an alert on it. And usually what I do is, because you already spent the time, even if it's, eventually once you become good at looking at stocks, you can actually you'll actually know whether or not it's a valid stock trade that you want to get involved in within about 5 minutes, okay? Maybe even less based on the technical analysis that you do. So that way what you'll do is you'll set a 52-week alert. So if the stock ever breaks through its 52-week high, you'll be notified immediately. And that's usually been, at least for us at InPennyStock, a fantastic catalyst for us, because that usually indicates that there's some new momentum or some real price action going on with the stock that's actually causing it to catapult through its normal point of resistance, which is that original 52-week high. All right, so you have these, right? Market cap, you have your volume, you have your $7 and under, and then really it all just depends on your own preferences, right? So sometimes I'll go in and look at certain industries, right? There's other type of stock screening criteria. Again, if you're looking at dividend stocks, you can set up a certain dividend yield. But there's actually a lot of powerful tools that you have access to in your platforms, even FinViz, InPennyStock.com/stocks. There's a lot of criteria and factors that you look into. And as you become a more and more skilled trader, you'll know what you're looking for and what you feel comfortable trading in. All right. There's certain industries like biotech stocks where you can really end up excelling in, because if you just look for those stocks, you look up their FDA trials and when that's going to happen, then you can actually know that you're going to be able to make a profit off of it. And all you have to do is have a calendar of alerts, right? So penny stock trading is all about research and preparation. All right. A lot of the times you do a half of your work outside of the stock market, time out when it's open, because then that sets you up to be prepared and know what stocks to look out for. And that's the whole purpose of the stock trading criteria. All right. So if you have any questions, you guys can reach out to us on the chat. We're going to be going more specific in this in future modules. But again, I want to let you guys know that for anyone who's not currently a Facebook VIP member, you're going to have to purchase after tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be the last live available to the public, and then it's only going to be these one-on-ones with my executive members. So I want you guys to have access to me. I want you guys to see what type of information and content we go through, and we'll get more in specific where you'll actually be able to see my screen during the trades and how I think and how I analyze trades over at InPennyStock.com. All right, so let's see if we have any questions.
First question is, what's the best way to start investing in dividend stocks?
Okay, good question. So the question is, what's the best way to start investing in dividend stocks? All right, so the reason dividend stocks are a much more comfortable method of trading, especially for new investors, is because this is a lot more safe, right? All you have to really figure out is the buy, and the sell you're not really too concerned about because you're in it for the dividends, right? The dividends that stocks offer are really cool because you're pretty much getting money passively just for having invested in the stock. And it's super passive, right? After you buy it, you never have to do anything again. And just like clockwork, that company is going to pay you out either monthly or quarterly. All right. And so that's a great advantage because it's not like real estate income where you have to worry about, collecting the money from your tenants and finding a new tenant every time the lease ends and then, taking care of the house. All you're doing is a one-time buy. And also there's a potential for a double boost with dividend yields because when you buy the dividend stock, if you invest wisely, then you can actually choose a stock that ends up appreciating in value. So you're not only making money on your initial investment, but then you're also getting those recurring passive dividend income that's just helping and supplementing your overall dividend income.
Second question, how can I start trading if I work full time?
Okay, so this is a question we get a lot here, which is how do you get started trading while working full time, right? That's a super important question because what happens when you're trading full time is you need to have the right tools and resources to make it effective. All right, a lot of the times you're gonna have to rely off of alerts and your watch list so that way you know when to kind of pay attention to the market. A lot of the times people who ask these questions or a lot of the students who come into our executive VIP, they're working their full 9-to-5 jobs, but they might have some downtime where they're able to kind of look at stocks for a couple minutes here and there, a few hours, or some have even more passive jobs where they're just strolling the web and they have full availability. We even have college students, just like how I started about trading while in class. So there's ways to do it. And the whole thing we recommend here at InPennyStock is not to go full time on trading right away, okay? Because it takes time for you to learn and understand the methodologies behind stock trading. And just like any other skill, you can sit and learn about it and read about it as much as you want, but just like playing a sport, just like basketball, you can watch videos on it, but at the end of the day, you actually have to go out on the field and dribble and practice and shoot, right? So in the same fashion, that's just like with stock trading. This is just half the lesson of understanding the content, absorbing our videos, going through our training guides, going through our boot camp. And then, when we get into the real trading and the virtual trading, that's really where you refine your reps and practice your skill trading. So that's all the questions we have for today. This was a bit more on the shorter side, but I want you guys to know we're going to be doing this again tomorrow, and it's going to be the final one available to the public. All right. After tomorrow's live, it's only going to be available to our VIP members at InPennyStock. And so I highly recommend, I'm going to actually post this in the chat. We have a great 50% off coupon for those people who are interested in getting involved with stock trading. So you can go to InPennyStock.com and you can check out the different packages we have. We have a ton of free videos and resources there as well. And then if you want to sign up and get one-on-one access with me, where we can come up with customized, tailored trading programs for you, then you can use new member 50 and get 50% off any package that you're interested in. So hope that makes sense. Again, as always, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to admin@InPennyStock.com or reach us at InPennyStock on any of our social medias. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.
The camera stopped recording.